Look, I know I'm late, bro. I know I am. I had to do a lot of stuff on the back end to get this thing going. You know, you know how I am, money boy. I do my best to try to be a perfectionist. So yeah, there's different things that was happening on my end, and I had to fix it. Then plus, I was working out some couple of things too. Oh, plus, I was working out a couple of things as well too for us work concern also. But nevertheless, we are here today. We're here for this motivational Monday. Today, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I am the official urban therapist. Um, Today on this motivational Monday topic, we're going to talk about, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Now, there's some things in life it's worth the work that you put into it. It's also worth the sacrifice as well. But however, there's some things in life it just, to be truthful with you, it's really not worth it. So today, I'm going to share with you the difference between knowing when these certain things are worth it versus when certain things is not worth it. It's not worth the sacrifice. It's not worth the effort that you put into it. Hey, Mark, what's up, man? Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you tuning in, bro. So let's talk about it. All right, let's have the conversation. How do we know when certain things are worth it? When certain things is worth the effort that you put into. Certain things is worth the sacrifice. How do we know that? Miss Wilson, welcome as well. Appreciate you tuning in as well. But how do we know that? How do we know that? The best way how I can share this with y'all or put it to a terms where I'm not being too quote unquote clinical with it, but I'm just being really personal about it. Is this anything that doesn't require any type of pain is worth the sacrifice. Now, some of y'all saying, "Hold up, whoa." There's some things out there that do hurts, but yet it's still they be worth the sacrifice. So you got to explain yourself on this, Urban. For example, immediately some of y'all be thinking about, well, what about like working out? What about exercising? Do we not experience physical pain when we work out? Do our bodies go through a certain level of pain, but the end goal is that it's worth it? Yes, but that's not what I'm talking about though. What I'm talking about is a type of negative pain, a type of pain instead of it being positive, where it gives out positive results. The type of pain I'm talking about gives out negative results. Like with the same scenario about working out. Instead of you naturally doing what you have to do to work out, which have a proper diet, you're eating correctly, um, you're using certain weights and doing all these other strenuous things to help your body build and grow. You decide to shortcut. You decide to use performance enhancements. You decide to use steroids. These different type of things that will have a negative, eventually it'll have a negative impact on your body. And this is what I'm talking about. Any type of thing that cause any type of physical, mental, or spiritual harm in a negative way It's not worth it. It's not worth the sacrifice. It's not worth you putting into all that effort into it. Sometimes we get so caught up with putting into so much effort into something negative is because of our pride and our ego. It's because of our pride and our ego. Sometimes we'll let our pride and ego overcome what is obvious to us. Like case in point, you're in a an intimate relationship. You know good and well that this person is not meant for you. You know good and well that every single time you deal with this person, it always be some negative things coming back to you, negative things coming back every single time. Every single time. You say good morning to this person. They say F you. It's not a good morning. What do you mean? Am I lying? You do your very best to express your feelings for this person to show them that you love them. In return, they come back in a narcissistic way, thinking that you're picking on them. You motivate that person every single day. Give them positive affirmation every single day, every single moment. In return, that person give you negative affirmation. But yet and still, you stay within that relationship because of pride and ego, not because there's no other relationship out there that's available for you, which you know obviously it is, but it's because of your pride and your ego. In your mind, you thinking that maybe if I do this, maybe if I do that, maybe if I constantly keep building that person, keep building them, keep encouraging them, eventually I could change that person. I can make that person be how the way I want them to be. So I'm gonna continue to pour all my time, effort, resources, energy, and everything into this person. Then eventually they're gonna change, right? So you end up spending months, you end up spending years. Some of y'all will even go through a decade or having the same type of mentality, thinking that you really can change this person. And every single day, it'll seem like it get worse and worse and worse until you feel that you're physically drained. You feel that you are mentally drained. You feel that you're spiritually drained because these people just suck out all the energy out of you. Y'all remember the live I did when I was telling you about beware of energy vampires? Y'all remember that? Same as that concept. So is it worth it? Is it worth you putting in all that time and all that effort into something that is considered as dead? Is it worth it? Well, what about business aspect? Sometimes we'll make certain investments, thinking that this certain investment is just awesome and is great. So we put all the time and all the work into it. We put all the energy into it as well. But keep in mind, there are certain signs that are out there showing you that the certain investment that you made is really not beneficial for you. The certain type of investment that you're making is causing you to sacrifice or it's causing you to give way more than you're actually receiving. Because eventually when even when you make a business investment, eventually there should be some type of return. There should be some type of return. There should be some type of leverage behind it too, as well. Anything, even if it's just a little bit, it should be eventually coming back because you put in all the time and effort and you're sacrificing into it. You're sacrificing your time. You're sacrificing your mental capacity. You're sacrificing your resources, which is monetary value. You're sacrificing all these different type of things. But when you're doing that, there should be some type of leverage that eventually comes back. If you're not experiencing that, if you're experiencing a lot of pushback behind it, and I'm not talking about just people hating on you, I'm talking about literally, you're literally seeing the signs that the very universe itself is giving you pushback on it. But yet it's still, you operated within your pride and ego and still trying to push something. So I ask you again, is it really worth it? It have to come a point in time where you have to say, man, look, it's time for me to go back into the drawing board because whatever I'm doing, it is not working at all. And I need to reevaluate this thing. I need to reevaluate it. Hey, Jessica, what's up? Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you tuning in. And I will answer your question in a minute, okay? I will answer. Matter of fact, I'll do this with your question so I know I go back to it. But I'm going to answer in a minute, all right? Lawrence, what's up with it, bro? Appreciate you tuning in. So is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? As I stated earlier, there's certain things that you know it's worth it when you put in the effort, when you put in the sacrifice behind it. And there are certain things that you know it's not worth it. Well, at least you should know. Now, I'm going back to Jessica's question because she did ask a very interesting question. She asked, would a crown or thorns hurt? Absolutely, a crown of thorns will hurt. Absolutely, it will. Absolutely, it will. But however, here's the real question that you should be asking yourself: is that same crown was designed to bring either a either a positive pain, like I stated earlier, or a negative pain? Once again, is that same crown, is it designed to create a positive pain for you or a negative pain? Now, when you think about this question, immediately what should the thought that should come into your mind is this: is that, well, it really depends on my personal perspective. It really depends on how the way I perceive it to be. It really depends on the type of effort that I put into it. It really depends on how I'm wearing this crown. Because who said that you could wear a crown with thorns on there? Who said that just because you wear a crown with thorns on there? Who said that you cannot wear what is known as a protective layer to protect your skin? Who said you couldn't do that? Who said that even with the crowns with the thorns on them? Who said that you couldn't shave off the sharp edges of the thorns where it won't pierce your skin? Who said you couldn't do that? Who said you couldn't do that? And once again, on Jessica, yes, absolutely, that is true. What you're saying is true. I agree with you. As I stated this earlier, all pain do have a purpose. Whether it's negative, whether it's positive. And this is the reason why, before you came in, this is the reason why I gave the example of a person who is working out. And I gave the example of a person who's working out. When they're actually working out and they're doing it the way that they're supposed to be doing, working out, using certain weights, eating healthy, there's a certain sacrifice in it, and there's a certain level of pain that you're going to endure. But at the end of the day, it's a positive pain for your body. But at the same time, if that person is working out, instead of them going through the whole process, they end up cheating or using what is known as performance enhancement, which is like any type of steroids or any type of drugs to help them on that, then that is known as a negative pain. It is known as a negative pain. Now, here's something else too that I want y'all to consider too. Sometimes we as human beings, sometimes we get confused about what is a positive pain and what is a negative pain. We could get confused about when we need to determine when things are really worth it. And one of the other number one reasons why we get so confused about this is because we base this on our own personal perspective, our own personal worldview, or how the way we're living our own personal life. Sometimes I vision physically and spiritually gets distorted because sometimes there be certain things that we really, really want. It be certain things that we really, really desire to do. And sometimes we'll get into the mindset, the mentality that I'm going to do whatever it takes to get to this certain point that I want to get to. I'm going to do whatever it takes. So sometimes we end up sacrificing the very moral values that you have in order to get to a certain point of where you want to be at. I mean, we see it all the time. We see it all the time through social media. We see it all the time even through the celebrities. Where it be certain celebrities, they'll do whatever it takes to get to a certain place that they need to be at. And then what's bad about it is that they would even promote that and showing you that this is the better way that you need to do that. The way how I did it is the way that you need to do it as well. They'll promote it. Some of y'all or content creators, right? As myself, we done seen it where it's even certain content creators, they'll do whatever it takes to get to a certain point of where they want to be at. They will sacrifice their very, very soul, literally, their soul, their moral values, and everything to get to a certain point of where they want to be at. And them type of people, I want to encourage y'all to be aware of them type of people. Because at that point, they don't have no type of moral compass. They don't have no type of guidance. And them same type of people would even step on your toes to get to where they need to get at. They'll pretend to be cool with you. They'll pretend to be friends with you. They even pretend to network with you as well. They'll do that. but the end resort for them is the same. Where it's not about a universal effort where not only they trying to get to a certain point, but they trying to help you to get to that certain point too, because y'all both share the same type of common value. But it's more of a selfish intent or selfish intentions where they already done lost the very core values of who they are. And now they're pushing you to be just like them. They're pushing you to have no type of integrity, no type of morals. They're pushing you to do that. So once again, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? One last thing I want to leave with y'all too is this. I want to encourage y'all on this motivational Monday to really reevaluate the things that y'all pursuing, because I know everyone in here right now, everyone who's watching me, everyone in the chat right now, y'all have certain goals that y'all trying to achieve. I know y'all do. I know y'all do. But I want to challenge y'all on this motivational Monday to make sure and reevaluate that wherever types of goals that you're achieving, make sure that is it worth the sacrifice for you doing it. Make sure that you're not losing yourself in order to get to where you need to get to. Make sure you're not destroying other people in the process while you're trying to focus on getting to where you need to get to. Make sure that also that there's a certain balance as well. One thing that people who really know me very well is that I'm a man of integrity, and I'm a man of that I carry my own personal moral values. Now, I don't push my personal moral values onto other people. I don't do that. But what I do is that do what I do is that I allow my moral my personal moral values and belief be a light or be a beacon towards people where they could see it. And without the shadow of doubt, they say, you know what, Urban, that dude Urban, he really do got some certain morals about him. There are certain things that I know that he just would not do. It is not in his character to do it. Keep in mind, keep in mind that it's not because I'm incapable of doing it, because I am. Because at the end of the day, I am human. I'm human just like everybody else. I'm capable of doing some straight messed up stuff like everybody else. Really, I am. But at the same time, I choose to take the path of doing what is considered as right towards me, how the way I perceive it to be. And I allow my actions to be a defining factor of me or my moral characters. That's what I do personally for me. Do Urban make mistakes? Absolutely. Do Urban make certain decisions that he shouldn't have made, but he did it anyway? Absolutely, I do. Absolutely, I do. But at the same time, it's no different from each and every last one of y'all. But the only thing about it is that once again, we have to evaluate ourselves and make sure that the things that we do is really worth it. I did another live, and I promise I'm done, y'all. I did one other live, and I was um, talking about making certain sacrifices, not sorry, certain risks as well. Matter of fact, it was the one motivational Monday I did last week, and I mentioned about taking certain risks to get to where you need to get to. Sometimes certain risks could be sacrificial. Furthermore, certain risks could either be beneficial to you, or as I was saying earlier, it could be a positive pain. Certain risks could be a negative pain. But at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you reevaluate the certain things that you do. You have to make sure that it's beneficial, and you have to make sure that it's really worth it. Is it really worth you taking that risk? Because if it isn't, and if it don't take you out of this world, guess what? You have another opportunity to correct it. And at the end of the day, it's just that simple, y'all. It's just that simple. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. To be honest with y'all. Oh, also to be honest with y'all, this motivational Monday topic is building up to another topic that I'm gonna talk to y'all about later on today. All right, that I've been taking the time out and researching about it, and I'm very very eager to share this information that I'm gonna share with y'all later on today on my main show. But yeah, it's building up to something. Trust me. It's method behind is there's a method behind urban madness. Trust me. So I appreciate everyone tuning in, and I see everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate um, the information that y'all converse with each other, because once again, I feel that it's needed. I feel that the questions that's been asked in the chat is needed. The responses is needed. The interaction is needed as well, so we all can have a different perspective about what I'm talking about. Besides stuff they're talking about sports, but that game was crazy last night on Cool though. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. And like I always, y'all continue to fight fates with faith. And I'm going to see y'all later on tonight with this very interesting topic I'm going to talk to y'all about. And I guarantee it's going to be pretty interesting, y'all. I guarantee it. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Peace.